Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG channel. Today we're back for another game of OnePageRules Age of Fantasy Skirmish, playing this time my new Wood Elf army against the Undead Quickstart game. So I just played, my last video I just played a game against the humans versus the Wood Elves, and the Wood Elves won. But this time we are up against the undead. So we are pitting two Wood Elven warriors, two Wood Elven war dancers, and two, what are they called? Lone Watchers, being led by a tree man elder versus one unit of three skeletons with spearmen, two units of three skeleton warriors with just swords, one unit of three ghouls, a ghost swarm, I think it's called. Yeah, being led by a vampire lord. So we've got a lot of special rules against some normal units and some with special rules. The Vampire Lord in particular is very similar to the Treant. So my hero units are both quite similar to each other. They're both wizards. They both cast all the spells. Otherwise, we've got some reasonably normal units, all melee, against the Wood Elves. So the first thing to do is to work out how many objectives we've got. It's 1d3 plus 2. So that's 1 plus 2 is 3. Now these are set to the color from the last game. Just set those there. And we need to work out who will be setting up first, which is probably going to be the AI. Yep. So the AI will divide the map into 1, 2, 3, and 4 sections. 3. So I happen to know from last game that one objective goes there. Ish. It's not exactly the same space, but I don't care. I am going to do the same thing again and put an objective in the middle there, in the ravine, because that seems the obvious place to put it on the map. And then we've got the AI rolling again. For 3. Now, what did you do? When it is the AI's turn to place an objective first, then place, yep, if it is not possible, roll for another random square and move the objective towards it just enough to be in a valid position, while keeping in mind the objective setup rules. So, going from 3 to 1, the next objective needs to be 9 inches. What am I doing? Away. So next objective is there. And those are the 3 objectives for this game. Now, we're going to roll off to see who deploys first, or human will deploy first, but it's about who goes first. 5 versus 3. Now, which side will the human, the Wood Elves, set up on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 being at the far end of the board. So we're on the far end of the board again. Just move the models over as far as possible, and then I will deploy them. The human player deploys first. And the Wood Elves will go first as well, because they rolled a 5, if I remember. Okay, so I'm going to put you at the edge and you at the edge, because you are scouts. There's not much happening on this side of the board, so I'm going to put warriors here. Let's measure out the 12 inches. Hang on. Yep. We'll put warriors, one here, one here. War dancers. We'll go here. Now, the way I interpreted those rules before, that's actually kind of an OP place to put people. And my tree ant will... My tree man, not tree ant, that's possibly not good to use. We'll go there. Now, the undead, they set up randomly. So we'll just move you away, grab you. Each side of the board, 1 and 2. The first are the spearmen. Where do they go? They go here on this side of the board, closest to an objective. So here. So it was halfway through here. So they're going here. Next, these guys. Which side of the board do they go on? They go on this side. And that's 12 inches. Is there. Yeah, hang on a second. That's now 6. Let's get you. That's there, which means that this has to be 9 inches away. Yeah. There we go. So this lot, where do you go? You're on this side too. So I think that that's as where you can get to. 4. So you're also on this side. The Ghost Swarm, where do you go? 4 also on this side. And the Vampire Lord just gets up behind these guys. And that is it. We are deployed, and so we can move on to round 1. Now, I believe that I rolled to see who was going to go first, and was going to be the Wood Elves. Oh, I actually didn't finish deployment. Because these two have Scout. So I get to deploy them 12 inches. And then move them as I wish. However, I'm not going to move both of them as I wish. I'm just going to put this one here. Because that's a really good spot. This one, however, I'm going to move 12 inches to here. Putting it at the halfway point of the board with a pretty good, actually, not even, going up here. So she's very out of the way. No one should be worrying about her because all the other units are going to be closer. And yeah, this one also has a pretty good line of sight to this side of the board. The only thing at this side of the board is the vampire. So she's going to have to move. To get visibility of what's going on over there. So actually, maybe that's not the best position. Whereas from here, you've got... we'll work it out, and we'll play there. So, going first... I think that the first thing to do is actually to shoot that Vampire Lord with my bow that has a range of 30. So I'm going to... The Vampire Lord has a defensive 3, so I'm going to just take the one shot at AP 2. So 5 hits because I hit on a 3. So eagle-eyed, using precise. So if he's got a defensive 3, he has to hit. He defends on a 5 because it's AP 2. And 3, so he takes 1 wound. And first blood has been drawn. That count as first blood if I haven't actually removed the model. Alright, so AI turn. So we've got to work out which side of the board, 1 or 2. 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 units. Ghouls are 2. So 3, which is these guys. Ooh. I shouldn't even be rolling for these. These guys have Skirmish, is it? So, let's go over the special rules for the undead really quickly. Flanks. Spear Skeleton has flanks. And so, according to the AI rules, units with flanks always are activated after all other friendly non-flanks units in their section have been activated. So... they can't get activated till the other 3 units have been activated. Otherwise, the Ghost Swarm has Ethereal and Strider. Ethereal means that something. Come on, what's she doing? Ethereal... Is Ethereal not on? Ethereal's down here. Counts as having regeneration against non-spell attacks. This rule stacks with regeneration. That's pretty good if had natural regeneration. So these guys will take advantage of the stupid movement thing. And they're just easily going to get to be... here to take this objective. This brings me to my other archer who can currently see the Vampire Lord. But is not within range. So is instead going to shoot the Ghost Swarm, with 2 attacks, I think. The Ghost Swarm has a defensive 6. Yeah, 2 attacks. Okay, so hits on 3, so only gets the 1 hit, which the Ghost Swarm ignores on a 6. So it's fine. Then becomes the AI turn again. One, so we've got 1 and we've got 2. So these guys will advance. I'm not even going to measure it. They will advance to be just ahead of the... we'll say they keep to the ground. Objective. So, next is my turn. We are going to advance... this guy. This guy's just going to jump straight off here and be contesting this. Now, I think that that's fair for his movement. I don't think... Hang on. Charge. How does charge work? Charging models must move into base contact or with the target or as close as possible, and then defenders must do the same by moving up to 3 inches. Models within 2 inches of the enemy may strike with all of their melee weapons. Because apparently that happens. So he's going to attack. He is a warrior. He has 1 great weapon attack with AP2. He hits. He needed a 4 to hit. He's going to hit. And the skeletons need a 6 to save. So the skeletons lose 1 model. They're going to attack back. They've both got attacks 3, 4. They needed 5s to hit, so they do not hit. And so he, as the attacking unit, will retreat 1 inch. I think that was probably a little bit further, but that's okay. And that is AI turn now. See which side of the board we're starting with. Starting with this side, we've got 1 and 2 to go. So the ghouls are probably one of the most scary units. So they actually have to move. No, so they're within 6... So the way AI movement works is this is under contention. This is essentially held by the undead, and this is not held by anyone. So they're going to go either way. If they were doing this one, they'd charge this guy, or they'd be heading to this one, and because he is within 6 inches of a straight line, they would be going after him anyway. So if we get to the edge, 2 inches, and then they get 2 inches of movement before they get another 4 inches, but they got 12 inches to charge. Oh, this guy's stuffed. Now, ghouls, I think, are kind of OP. They've got claws, 2 poison. So they've got 2 attacks. There's 3 of them, so there's 6 attacks. They are poisoned weapons. When rolling an unmodified 6 to hit, the hit is multiplied by 3. So, these guys are fucked. Okay. So 5s to hit, I think. Yeah, 5s to hit. So there's 2 hits. But this single 6 is 3 hits. So there's actually 4 wounds they need to defend against. Now he defends wounds on a 4. I don't know where those dice went. So he takes 1, 2, 3 wounds. Just checking that again. Yes, his defense is a 5, not a 4. But that one that succeeded was a 6, so he takes 3 wounds. So he needs to make a wound check. We roll a 4. So he is taken off the board. He is dead. I'm going to consolidate them on the one side of the board this time for ease of comparison. He is out of it. And now they may move 3. And they scramble up the wall as they have just won the combat. I think that is what the rules say. If one of the 2 units is destroyed by it, they may move up to 3 inches. So they're scrambling up the walls looking for their next target. And it is my go controlling the Wood Elves. So, the next question is... if I go here... no. So he's going to get to there, and that's it. That is his turn. We are at the AI turn again. That's not a single die. This is a single die. So we are looking at the Vampire Lord. The Vampire Lord... so that's 17 inches to that one. And oh, that's 15 inches to that one, but it is behind... no, that's held. He's not going to be able to charge, so he's going to rush forward 12 inches to here. And he is a wizard. So he is going to cast... how do wizards work with the AI rules? AI units always cast spells after moving, but before attacking, selecting a random spell by rolling D3 plus X. So D3 plus 1 because he is a wizard 1. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deadly Gaze, 5 plus. Target enemy unit within 12 takes 1 hit with AP 4, Deadly 3. Okay, on a 4 plus, I think. He does not get that off. Lucky me, because that would totally kill this guy. Okay, so... my go. Using... completely doing this. So this guy here is going to get 2 inches before using any movement. He's going to get another 2 inches and then drop to here. And then use the rest of his movement to charge this guy. So he is attacking. This guy's just signed his own death warrant. This guy's got 5 attacks. He hits once. And so the Vampire Lord will have a go at defending that. He has a defensive 3. He defends it. The Vampire Lord is furious with an AP of 4, so he has 5 attacks. This was a mistake. I should have gone for the other one. Hitting on a 3, 2 hits. This guy has a defensive 6. He defends both of them and falls back an inch. Oh God. I thought that was it. I thought he was done for. That's more than an inch. That's more like an inch. Okay. AI turn. We are on this side of the board. This is the only unit that can move. It wants to get to here. So it is going to climb 1, 3. It's going to fall to there. We're then looking at getting 6, 7, 8, 9. Then looking at getting there. And that is the AI turn. So it's now time for this guy to do the same thing. He's going to drop off here, go 2 inches, then move 2 inches, and then essentially drop to here. So he's moved like 2 to 3 inches. He can get in here. These guys will pile in. And he gets 2 attacks against them, hitting on 3s. He misses both attacks. They get attacks hitting on 5s. One of them hits. He defends on a 6, which he defends. And then he moves back an inch. Little bit of a melee there. All right. You've only got the AI. The undead only has 1 unit left to move, which is these dudes. They go 2, and then they're going 7. They're not going to be able to climb up, but they will get to here. Okay. So I have only the Tree Man Eldol left to attack with. So he is going to move fuck it. He's going to charge these guys. Before he attacks, he is going to cast Insect Attack. He is going to target Can I have a... He's going to target the swarm and the ghouls. So on a 4, he gets it off. Gets it off. The ghouls will save on 5s. They don't save any of them. So we lose 2 ghouls. And the last ghoul has to make a wound check. So he is stunned. Status, knocked down. And then he's about to be taken off the board. I'm just going to take him off the board now. Because that's what happens when you get charged and you are stunned. This guy... He's got 3 wounds to take, and it's a spell, so he has to make his defense saves of 6. Otherwise, he takes the wounds. He takes all 3 wounds. Now, he has tough 3, which means that he is now on 3 wounds. He is now subject to wound rolls. So on a 5, he's out of the game. Otherwise, he's stunned. He's rolled a 4. Let me just check the rules for toughness. When stunned... okay. This model only rolls to see... and is knocked out on rolls of more than a 5x or more. When stunned, hit by shooting units, this model takes 1 wound instead of being knocked out. Unless it has X wounds or more. So, I'm pretty sure that he is now stunned. Status, knocked down. And that is the end of turn 1, and we're moving on to turn 2. Now, the undead were the first to move, the first to stop moving. The Wood Elves were the last to move, so the undead go first. So, let's check to see what side of the board we're starting on. We are starting on the right-hand side of the board, which only has 2 units that can move. The stunned units have to go last, according to the AI rules. So we've got 1 and we've got 2. So the spearmen also go last. I guess the spearmen go before stunned units. I'm not sure. Hang on. Let me color this. This is undead. The undead that belongs to the undead. This belongs to the undead. Is that only the end of... This is only round 2, right? Did I say we were round 3? I don't know. I've gone crazy. I don't know where we're at, except that this is round 2. Hang on a second. Excuse me. So the AI have 1, and the Wood Elves have 1. The AI have 2. No, this is in contention. No, hang on. What are you doing? That's in contention. Just. Okay. So these guys have to go first. They're going to charge up this wall. I should look to see about the climbing rules, but I'm just playing it. Takes the movement to climb. And they will attack. They hit on 5s, so they miss. However, he will attack back 5 times, hitting on 3s. So they've now got to save 6 times on 5s. So they take 4, or rather, they lose a model, and the other one takes 3 wounds. So he's got to, D6 plus 3 and get to 6. So, 2 plus 3 is 5. He is stunned. I'm not sure how movement's supposed to work in this instance, but I'm just going to leave the models there. I don't really care. That will work out. So, in fact, I'll move this guy. I don't know. That should be fine. Maybe he should fall off the cliff. Okay. So it is my turn. Now. And where should I begin? I think that the thing to begin with is this guy attacking the Vampire Lord, because whoever the Vampire Lord attacks is fucked. So let's get this guy out of the way so that he can actually get an attack in. He hits on so he misses. So the Vampire Lord attacks back 5 times. Hitting on 3s. So that's 4 hits. Was that 6? That was too many. That was too many. I might have run too many for the other one as well, but that's fine. Hitting on 3s, so that's still 4 hits that this guy needs to defend on a 5. I think his defense is 5. He doesn't defend any of them. He takes 4 wounds. He could... Oh, shit. Oh, he's already got a wound. Oh no, he's just dead. Because if on the roll of a 1 plus 5, that's 6. He's just out. And no, that's it. No movement needs to happen now. Okay, it is the undead turn, the AI turn. Which side of the board are we on? We are on this side of the board. There's only one unit that can go, this unit. So it is going to, I guess, charge up the mountain, up the rock face to attack these guys. 3 attacks on the treant. One of them hits. And the treant has a defense of 4. So he defends fine. And so he's going to attack back, only hitting on 6s. And he misses. So he is... They're just going to fall back that way. The next thing to happen, I guess, is going to be the archer is going to shoot the ghost swarm. 2 attacks. We'll see if we can get a hit. we have 2 hits, which I believe... special rules... Stunned. If a model is stunned until the end of it... Yep. Stunned models fail morale tests automatically and they must stay idle. If a stunned model takes any hits from shooting or is charged again, then it is knocked out. Bum-bum. Hang on, it was a tough unit 2. So tough. When stunned and hit by shooting or charge, this model takes 1 wound instead of being knocked out, unless it already has X or more wounds. Yeah, which it does. So it's just done. So that's that. It is the AI turn again. The AI has to move this unit or this unit. It doesn't get a choice past that. Move those out of the way. 3. So this unit I said first. So they're going to jump in on this guy. And they hit on 5s. They miss a bunch. He's going to attack back, hitting on 3s. He hits twice. So they have to defend twice on 5s. They don't defend either hit. And they fall back an inch. Okay. So my next action for the Wood Elves. Why are the undead just disappearing? How many attacks versus how many attacks have I got? I don't know. It's alright. This archer is shooting this vampire once with the AP one. So it's going to hit. So he has to defend on a 5. He fails his check, and so he takes a 2nd wound. But he has tough 3, so he doesn't care too much. Is that the only unit that can go? Yes. It's because this guy is still stunned. So he is going to go. He is going to charge this guy. Before he does anything, he is going to roll a d3 plus 2, I think it was, to see what the wizard thing does. 3. Hang on. Wizard. 1d3, so 3 is a 2, plus X, so that's a 3. So he wants to cast Invocation. Target friendly unit within 12 inches gets regenerated next time it's wounded. So on a 4, this guy gets regenerate. Doesn't get the spell off. So he's going to attack 5 times the guy, hitting on 3s. He hits twice. So, 2 defenses on 6s, I think. War Dancer, defensive 6, yes, but he's got regeneration. So on 5s, he's okay. Okay, he takes 1 wound. So on a 5, he's out of the game. On a 3, he's stunned. And the attacking unit moves back an inch. So this guy hasn't had his turn, and this guy hasn't had his turn. This guy will stand up in a minute. I don't really care if he does or not. This guy is going to try and get rid of this guy. So he's going to get 2 attacks, and they're only going to hit on 6s. 1 hits, so the guy defends on a 5. He doesn't defend. He takes a wound. He's going to make a wound roll. He's out. Jesus. And this guy's going to move up here. Okay. So the last thing to move on the undead side, this guy just stands up. He doesn't get to do anything else. He just gets to stand up. This guy is going to charge in, and he's going to cast a spell. So he's going to cast Insect Attack. Target 2 enemy units within 6 inches takes 3 hits with AP2 each. So on a 4 up. Okay. So the Lone Skeleton first. On 6s. So he takes 3 wounds. He should have 4 wounds. Otherwise, he wouldn't be knocked down. And he's going to roll anything except a 1, and he's knocked out. All right. He is out of the game. These Wood Elves are killing them. Or rather, this Treant guy is killing them. The rest of the Wood Elves have been doing very, very so-so, and mainly, yeah, they're all a bit balanced, but this guy with that particular spell does kill them. Okay, so these guys have to... That's 4 dice. This is 3 dice. This is 3 dice. So they're rolling AP... Okay, so they've got a 6s to survive. Okay. So we're losing 2 models. And this guy has 1 wound and has to roll. He's out. He's just out. And I don't even care about the objective. Coming for the Vampire Lord, because the Vampire Lord is now the only thing on the battlefield, the only undead unit on the battlefield. Everyone has had their turn, and so it is the morale stage. The Vampire Lord has to make a morale check. He is undead. Whenever this unit takes a morale test, it is passed automatically. Then roll as many dice as remaining models. Then roll as many dice as remaining models tough in the unit. And for each result of 1 to 2, the unit takes 1 wound, which can't be regenerated. So does that mean I roll like 3 dice? Because it's toughness 3? That's rough. So he takes another 2 wounds, and he has to pass a wound check. which is okay. So 2, he's knocked down. So jumping into round 3 then. So we've got this is now green, I think. Yeah, he's just out of 3. And he's knocked down, so we'll just say that that's green. They've still got an objective because I haven't gone anywhere near it, but like charge. Oh look, he's out. So I think I'm not sure if my interpretation of the tough rule worked 100% there. I'm gonna have to go and see what I'm getting, if I'm getting it right or if I'm not getting it right. Have a look at some forums or something to see about some of the specifics. They've got an FAQ about some of this stuff. Maybe it's clarified there. But yeah. Wow. That the Treeman Elder is quite powerful. I think I could call this a win for the Wood Elves. I don't think I even needed to worry about the objective there. The other units, the fighters just fall over immediately. If I'm smart with the archer units, which I can't remember what they're called, they are quite useful. But if I have to keep them away from people. I remember in the last game they were getting shot at and were quite fragile. These dancer guys, I was just lucky with that morale check that he's stunned instead of taken out in the last game where I wasn't using stunned. It would have still been on the table. But then here, if I hadn't been using the stunned rule, then I would have had 2 undead units to actually contend with instead of like the ghost swarm just disappeared because it was stunned. And I shot it. I landed a hit. So yeah, like part of me is a little bit disappointed that that went so one-sidedly in my favor. I did check the point cost of the undead list, and it is 255 points. So it is the same number of points. It's not like I've got a more powerful warband. The fact that the Vampire Lord didn't get any spells off is a little bit disappointing. I also think that the AI rules are a bit funny. Maybe I'll try and play some games where I'm just playing both to try and play optimally as opposed to run at stuff. Because I think that there was some of my confusion was mainly about the AI rules and how they should work, especially in the human game that I played in the last video. But yeah, the Wood Elves, that Tree Man Elder did all of the work with that spell. Those spells, if anything, are what was OP. The Vampire Lord spells, some of them are the same, but some of them aren't. Don't think are as good. Yeah, no, it's good fun though. Glad I played it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.